Gabura pura kimalizana yake tena na bali kama mdini wa inaga aliingia waje na bali kama mdini mkini
It means that you are going to protect what is wrong. And that's what you are becoming hostile. Last year. And it was happening. What is about staffing? That's when you came in. You did not even ask what was happening. You started to say that I was the commission. You first understood that what is even like exactly. Someone will have explained to you.
When are they going to start?
You should change the people who are on the panel. It is only the people who are on the panel. People who are taking the ID, who are giving.
We are bringing you the full coverage of the elections today. There's some chaos here and there, as if the two candidates are not settling with what is actually happening. But of course, as Kyema TV, we are promising you that we are going to give you on whatsoever is actually taking place. The Dean of Students is actually what is actually taking place, and of course, we are trying to make sure that the situation is calm. Today is the voting day for the presidency, and of course, the RDCs, as long as other different positions in Kyema College here. And of course, we are going to calm the situation down. We are taking you back to one point.
But did you report to me? I reported to chairman first. What has he done? No, I'm sure. I even told him that I am not contented to have this person at the doorway here, and then the other person at the other doorway. Because if chairman does not want to that is why I called you. It is why I called you. And I said you will come here. I'm the one who has called you. I'm the one who called
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you earlier on, the situation is just getting calm now. On the ground, actually, it was some chaos here and there, but as I told you earlier on, we are going to calm the situation down. And of course, as of now, we have calmed the situation already down. Some of the presidents were actually not all that getting well much acquainted with whatsoever is actually going on, most especially from the marking sheet, whoever is actually taking lead in marking the different voters who are coming to vote, and as well that one who is actually at the exit door also making a mark in every hands that is actually taking place. But as I told you, we had to call the Dean of Students to calm the situation, and of course the situation is now getting actually calm. If you can see on the in my background, we have very many students that are very hungry on whatsoever is actually taking place. But of course, as Kyema TV, we shall still keep actually bringing you whatsoever is actually taking place. Let me take you back inside on the voting sites, and we see what is actually taking place right from inside. People are still voting, and is actually getting down, but of course we shall still bring you everything exactly. Thank you.
morning, where did you get those things?
I found this my findings. I discovered them by myself. We asked even these candidates who went to the chairperson. They didn't submit them, but they are dead for now. Why to see this issue? You know these things are not confidential. When they are giving it to candidate.
But now you should be knowing. Oh, one can see this side.
You see, whether they have kicked that person.
Hey.
Then this one won't refer that side. You see, when they have kicked that person.
And the number which is coming
The situation here on the background, people are not actually certain with the marking sheet. Whoever is actually taking the list of those who are supposed to vote. But of course, as I made mention earlier on, the Dean of Students, together with the IEC, they're trying to cap out whatsoever is actually taking place, trying to see whether those who have already voted are really being marked or not, because either candidates are complaining that the list is not being actually marked, if you can see on the background. But of course, we are here on the desk of those who are marking, so that we see whether they are actually really, they were marking or they were not all that marking. Together with Kyema TV, we are bringing you all these live stories for the presidential election in Kyema College for 2026-2027. It's today that it's actually taking place. If you can see on the background, they are trying to rearrange on the sitting positions of all these other officers who are here on the table. The Dean of Students is trying to guide that, please, we need to rearrange it. As you can see, they're trying to rearrange themselves so that when they are being marked, it's actually also seen from the list exactly. The complaint is that the voters' name are not all that being marked by one of the officers here. Seems there are to some extent bias, but of course we don't yet know the truth of the matter. And of course we are to bring for you the Dean of Students, who is the patron and in charge of the overseeing of the IEC, together with the chairperson. If you can see, we are still trying to bring them back to you here. This is actually how the inside look is and of course this is the marking arrangement. If you enter from the door side, from that side, you come and first verify your name. If your name is there in the voters register. The IEC did their work a long time earlier on, and of course this one is having the guild president list and the PWD list. These are the only two candidates that every students are supposed to vote. After here, of course, after marking your name, they give you a ballot paper from this man here. Seeing him, this is how our ballot paper is looking. And of course, if they mark your name from this side, then they issue for you a ballot paper straight away. And of course, once you have been issued the ballot paper, you are supposed to come and tick, make yourself a tick from this very basin. It's a secret ballot, as we told you earlier on. This is a secret ballot. It's no longer a raised hand or lining up as usual, but of course it's a secret ballot. This is the ballot box for the guild president, and this other one is the ballot box for the person with disabilities. And of course, for the first of its kind, the person with disabilities is also being voted by every student in the college. They actually thought it out that it's not all that easy if only a few are supposed to vote, those who are with disabilities, because their numbers are not all that very many. On this other desk here, we have the RDCs if you are sleeping either in Lady Loy, Annabelle Upper, or Lady Loy, Annabelle Annex, and Lady Loy, Annabelle Lower, this is where you are supposed to cross-check your name from the voters register, and of course you will be issued straight away with the ballot paper from here. And you can see my officers are here on the background. Let me take you straight to another table where the marking is actually taking place. On this other desk, we have the desk for the RDCs for both Majara and Complex lower wings. As I told you earlier on, also in this very same desk, if you come and cross-check your name from the register book, whether you are a bona fide member of a particular hostels you are sleeping in, and if once your name is there, this is where it's supposed to be marked, and of course you'll be issued with a ballot paper straight away, and you cast your vote from there straight away. For them again, they have a different basins for marking, and of course a different ballot box. If you can see from here, let me take you straight to the ballot boxes where it is for the RDCs. One of it is here, but this one is not marked. I don't know. It's not that marked. Let's cross-check what is actually showing. But of course, it's showing Lady Loy, Annabelle Upper. You can see the writing here, Lady Loy, Annabelle Upper, and these are for the ladies only. Those who sleeps or resides in Annabelle. And of course, in another ballot box here, we have also for Annabelle Annex. It's one of the new hostels created, and of course, they should also have their leaders as well. In another ballot box also, we have Lady Loy Annabelle Lower. That is the lower floor. And of course, as I told you earlier on, Annabelle has 2 floors, the upper floor and the lower floor, and of course all has been named respectively. We have Lady Loy Annabelle Lower and Lady Loy Annabelle Upper. That is for the upper floor. On the other side also for the boys, we have this ballot box for Majara, and of course if you have voted for the RDC for Majara, this is where you're supposed to put your ballot paper, the casted votes. You're supposed to actually deliver it here. They are all sealed. If you can see, there's no tampering with them, and of course it's only from the opening up that is where you can issue and drop in your casted votes there. We are still taking you to the different ballot box that we have. We also have for RDC Complex Lower, and it is actually also here. They are also all sealed. As you can see, they are sealed, are also represented here as you are seeing. On the other side also, we have for Kabalega. Kabalega is also one of the hostels newly created. There must also be their RDCs, and if you can see, this is for Kabalega 3 and 4. That definitely means there are 2 rooms, and of course they must also have their RDCs. We also have for Trevor 2, and of course they also must have their RDCs. Trevor is also one of the hostels with its only single room, and we have Trevor 1 and Trevor 2. That means each room is having an RDC in such a building. And of course, lastly now we have Kabalega 5 and 6. And getting back to the class also, we have the coordinators. It's only civil. One creative that I'm trying to see here definitely means most of these other coordinators were unopposed, and of course there's no need of voting for them anymore. If you have finished all your voting, you are supposed to come and make your finger marked from this man here, and this is the exit door where you are supposed to go through, and they're supposed to mark you from here to make sure that you are already voted. And this is where the complaints had been coming from, that some hands were not actually being marked, and of course from the recording desk as well, that some names from the register book, most especially for the presidency, were not being ticked. They just come and they issued for you a ballot paper without actually ticking your name from the register book, and it was bringing a lot of concern, which, as you saw earlier on, it was nearly going to bring chaos. But of course, as I told you, the Dean of Students, together with the chairperson IEC and the team, had to calm it down, and of course, readjustment and rearrangement from the desk of the recording there. It's going to be now well. If you can see, the voting has now resumed, and of course people are coming straight away from here. Inside also we have agents of different candidates, and these are some of the agents that are tallying whoever is actually coming inside here to make every mark of their candidates. And these are that. As Kyema TV, we shall still be bringing for you all the live updates, what is taking place inside here. Stay locked there, don't miss. And of course, as I'm told, in the next few hours, we shall be concluding our voting. And of course, the results as well will be declared today. And of course, we shall receive the new leaders, starting with the guild president today. And the line is not as long as in the morning. And as I told you, majority of the voters have already casted their votes in the morning already. This is the entry point, and you are only supposed to enter in shift. As you see, those who are inside in the line, they are not all that very many, as this is to avoid commotions actually inside, and to make the voting process move on smoothly. There are very few, those who are supposed to cross-check their names and be issued with the ballot papers, while we have some other people on the waiting list. As you're entering, you're supposed to issue yourself an ID, and they will definitely be verified from these two officers here. These are the workers of the IEC inside here. Let me take you out. Thank you for watching. Just stay locked there. Let me take you out on what is actually taking place. Thank you. The situation is just like that. The Dean of Students is again bringing another calm of what is taking place here. To some extent, members are now getting fed up with what is now actually taking place, because the responsible persons are already on the ground to make sure that things are moved on the right way. We are ensuring that the election should run free and fair and smoothly, and of course, if you are getting the leaders, we should get the right quality leaders. In the background are the officers who have been brought in to maintain the peace that is actually taking place inside here, and of course, that is what is actually taking place here. Some team are still complaining on what is actually taking place, but of course, as you all know, election process will never run on smoothly. Either team will not get fed up with what is actually taking place. But as I told you, we have all the team on the ground. The chairperson IEC is there, as well as the Dean of Students, who is the patron himself of the IEC, is also here to make sure that things are moved on right. Previously, one of the team were actually complaining, but another one also, the second team, for one of the candidates, are also here on ground. As I told you, they also have the different queries that they're trying to bring in place. This is the situation on the ground. If you're just watching us live from wherever you're watching us from, this is the situation taking place on the ground. In a few minutes, we shall bring for you the chairperson IEC to clarify on what is actually taking place here with the voters. But as I told you, we shall maintain everything peacefully and peacefully. This is how the thing is, and members are happy, and of course others are not very happy with whatsoever is actually taking place. This is the look from the outside, the angry members, that their concerns might have not actually been fed up well. But of course, as the team for the IEC are maintaining and trying to do their best to see that things are moved on well, and of course no chaos is actually brought. If you are watching us from there, please like our content, so give your comment. We shall be able to read it from here. This has been Kyema TV, and of course we shall still keep on bringing you the live updates on the voting process until 4. That is when the results for today is going to be declared. But of course, I know all will be well. They are now happy. Seems like something has been done in their favor. They are talking about suspension, and of course, what is taking place?
Voting has been suspended.
The voting.
Evidence to impunity. We cannot allow such impunity in UTC Kyema. We as the Youth Council, we are meant to supervise this. We cannot continue with such impunity. If you are not ready to contest, don't come. Simple as that.
What actually has been on the ground exactly to see that things are here? But of course, the strange news that is coming place here is that the voting has been suspended. But of course, we are yet to get the rightful information from the chairperson IEC, as well as the patron for IEC, the Dean of Students himself. We are taking you back inside to see whether the voting process had been cancelled or not. But of course, as I told you earlier on, the voting was moving on well. Let me take you back inside to see whether it has been cancelled or not. And this is the registration desk where all the cross-checking of the register book is done, and of course the ballot paper is being issued from here for both the PWDs, that is a person with disabilities, and of course the presidents themselves. So we haven't had any official communication from the chairperson IEC as well as the Dean of Students, but of course, if you can see on the background, as if they are tallying whoever had already been voted, and the number that is still remaining on the background here. We are going to hear live from them whether the voting has been suspended or not. But of course, as someone actually said outside there, one of the fans for one of the candidates has said that the voting has been suspended. We are not yet going to go by that, unless we had the official communication from the Dean of Students as well as the chairperson IEC. This year's voting, and of course it's a tough one, and seems like members are very keen, and of course they are trying to look at no nonsense to make sure that everything moved on well and everything moved on right. If you can see, as I told you, they're actually trying to do the countdown of whoever has already voted or not.
15, 16, 17, 18. 18.